According to the summary table that ChatGPT made for us, you see Grok AI is very good at processing real-time information. So if something happened today, other AI models would not be as quick to react. But here you see it says it's good at chatting about news and current events, and it talks about what's trendy, social media content. So let's test it. And this gives us an opportunity to actually test it against and benchmark it against another AI service that's really good at real-time information, which is Google. So let's test both and let's compare them to see what's better. Now, in order to do that, I actually had to pick a news item, which, as you might guess, was a crazy exercise because every news item I looked at was like too controversial, too stupid, too just not true, too something, somebody was going to get offended. So the least offensive thing I could have found was something horrible. It's the story that a large fire erupts in a jet fuel unit at Chevron's Los Angeles refinery. Now, we're not going to read this together. By itself, it's a pretty horrible looking piece of news, but at least it's of today and it's objective. Like a fire happened, so a fire happened. You can't say, this is not a fire, this is rain, right? You couldn't say that, which you can kind of say about a lot of other news. Because in other news, very often they tell you whatever is up is down and whatever is down is up. In any case, here's the news. And first I'm going to go to Google, just regular vanilla Google, but not so vanilla because you can search Google and you get AI answers, which we want to show here just for a second. I'm just going to ask it a very benign question. What is a cookie? I don't care what's a cookie. I just want to show you that it shows AI overviews. This is an answer by Google's AI. And then the blue links are later, right? Again, Google search changes, but right now they give you the AI answer first. Now, very often you'll go to show more, and if that's not satisfying, they'll give you a prompt like dive deeper in AI mode. That's Google's smarter AI answer service. So we don't care about the cookies here. We just wanted to get to this prompt. There are other ways to get to this prompt, like through this little lab icon. And by the way, this is always going to change. So if you don't find it, there's other ways to navigate to it. And then you click learn more, and you just want to try AI mode. Right now it's in beta. At some point it's going to come out of beta. But here, let's ask it to summarize. So I'm just pasting the headline and asking who started that. Maybe, I'll make all kinds of grammar errors. Don't worry about it. It can understand. And then maybe I'll ask, give me 3 biggest takeaways. So I asked it, give me 3 biggest takeaways from the story with 1 sentence per takeaway. And let's see what it does. It looked at real-time information. So it says the cause remains under investigation. No individual identified. So it kind of answered. And then it gave me the summaries. No injuries. Great. Fire was contained. Great. So it did the job, right? But what we wanted to see is this good in real-time information? And this is good. Now you can make it hyper real-time by looking at what's trending on Twitter. Like, let's say some celebrity fell 10 seconds ago compared to this story is in the last, let's say 6 to 12 hours. That's a big difference, but still it's pretty real time. If you enter the same query into ChatGPT, it's actually gotten better at real-time information because it also crawled the web. In fact, I would say it's a little better because it itemized the answers and it's clear what the takeaways are. And it answered that original question. So the real-timeness is trending towards first hour, first minutes, first seconds, because once it's been 6 or 12 hours, all of these are pretty good. But just to test it, let's go to grok.com. We'll say try now, and we'll enter the very same query. Let's see what it does. And after thinking for a while and checking the web, it also reported approximately the same information. So there isn't too much difference in the timeliness of how these AIs process and give you answers to questions about recent events if the events are a few hours old, it looks like. Now, if the event is obscure, like not big news, but kind of small niche news, maybe it's different. And it's really hard to say which AI tool is better because they're all evolving. If one is better today, that doesn't mean it's going to be better tomorrow. All of these are converging to also be very good at processing real-time events. Now, obviously, Grok has access to everything that's on Twitter, now X. Google has access to everything that's on Google and Google News. So they do have the latest information to work from. But how that translates to us as users and consumers of information, the difference in that might be minuscule. So for me at least, the takeaway is less about which one is better, which one is worse, but more about if you're not getting good information from one, quickly switch to another. Don't use them exclusively. For something, one will be better. For another thing will be better. And very often it's helpful to use them to cross-check each other, because if one is wrong or hallucinating, the other one will uncover that. But with that, I wanted to also give you a very brief introduction to the AI from Google and AI from Grok, so that you at least begin to gain a comfort level navigating and understanding these AI tools.